Hey guys, it's Margarita. We are in week 32. I am feeling great, feeling much better, but with some side effects of the beautiful week 32. Last week we talked about my baby being in breech and me doing exercise and swimming. I have done all of those. I've exercised, I swam, I walked. I sleep with the pillow between my legs just so that he can turn. And do I know if he turned? No, because my appointment is next week, so I'll only know next week if he turned or not. Well, I feel like he did though, because the kicks have been more horizontal, I want to say, and now they're more diagonal. So I'm hoping, I don't know if it's my brain making me think that he did or if he actually did, but I do feel like he did. Wouldn't it be a bummer if I go next week and he didn't? Well, if I go next week and he didn't, I am going to triple my exercise. I don't know what else to do. I've already talked about this. If you're new to my channel, my baby's in breech position at 31 weeks, which is not supposed to be this way, which is strange because a lot of the things I read said that usually they turn by week 36. So I don't know what's the panic is all about, but it is there. And so that's what it is. So I'm hoping that he did turn. And the other thing that I think that he turned, or why I feel this way, is because this week all of a sudden I have this pelvic pressure. And I think a lot of it has to do with when the bones start to come kind of sideways. I know this sounds really weird, but I do remember experiencing that pelvic pressure with my other kids. I want to say a little closer to the due date, maybe after week 36, but I do feel it. And so I felt maybe if he turned, the head is giving me more pressure in pelvic, and that's why I feel different this week. But I do feel different this week down there in pelvic area. Just a little bit of an achy feeling down there. Other than that, this week has been the same as others. The only thing that have changed is I have some heartburn, but I was waiting for that and know that I'm prone to them, and so I have more of those. But I found that, as I said in my last video, I think in my last video I've had it. I started it, now I just kind of have it more on a daily basis. I just try to do small meals and nothing heavy. I don't eat heavy in general, but if you're out there heavy eater, if you change your heaviness of the meals to stand up from the table still feeling hungry is what I want to say. Because when I feel still hungry when I stand up from the table, I don't have a heartburn. So if I want to eat a cookie or some grapes or some dessert or something, I wait 40 minutes before I do that, so that my first meal that I did, let's say dinner, it sort of passes through. So there's spacing between meals. That's kind of what I've been doing for heartburn. I have not been a good sleeper, but I think that's given, knowing how, just the fact that you pee and the whole pillow between my legs and everything is just not a good sleeper. Which, in a funny story I thought of, because my husband was telling me today, he's like, do you even sleep at all? Because every time he wakes up, because I wake him up obviously, by moving around and stuff, he's like, every time I wake up, you're not sleeping. You're either going to the restroom or drinking water or doing something. I'm like, I don't sleep much, which is really odd. But I told him maybe it's a good thing. It prepares my body and mind to be okay to not sleep when the baby comes. Because the first months is always hectic, I want to say. So for those of you that are pregnant the first time, the first 30 days are always the most hectic because you're getting used to the whole routine and the baby and how they sleep. And you're still going to wake up at night just because there's so many thoughts and excitement and feelings. And you have a new baby and it's right there. And you're constantly worried. Is everything okay? Are they okay? And so not so much with more kids. I don't remember ever being stressed with my second one, but with the first I was. And so I feel like this is only for first-time moms, because once you kind of have the kid, you know the drill. You know that in 30 days you'll get some kind of routine out of sleeping and everything else, so you'll be okay. But if you're out there and just gave birth and you're freaking out, don't, because it does pass. It takes about 30 days to kind of get your routine straight with your baby and get in the whole rhythm of things with your baby. And so me not saying this is my body preparing to not sleep at night in that first month when the baby's due and you're just getting in the rhythm with the baby. I think that's pretty much it for the updates this week. My eczema is doing okay, but not super better. For those of you that are here first time, I am battling my eczema with my pregnancy, and the 2 helpful tips that I want to share for if you're here new is the celery juice that I do on empty stomach and my smoothie, my detox smoothie that I do every single day. That is really, really helpful to kind of keep it intact, and that is healthy, a healthier way. So if you're out there, you can always message me. I had some people message me and ask me about that. For those of you that are battling eczema, I know this can be really tough, especially during pregnancies. I am used to battling it because my last pregnancy, my 4th baby, was exactly the same way. And then the eczema kind of drifted off in about a month or 2 after I gave birth. So not super worried. I know this will pass, but it is super, super annoying when you're pregnant. You can't do much and you got to deal with eczema or like rushes or anything like that. So I think that's it for week 32. Let's see if week 33 is going to give me good news on my baby. I'm going to continue and do exercises and see where that leads me. I'll see you next week. Bye.